Salutations, I'm Devin Wren.
And I'm Tawny Dorman.
And TRTV
starts now. Hey Devin, I wonder how the students felt about the field trip on Friday.
We actually have some footage about that, so why don't we go to that now?
Field trip was pretty cool. There was a lot of different robots we could see and a lot of factories, I guess I would say.
I think the field trip went pretty well today. Like, we got to meet the sheriff of Polk County and see some of the robotic equipment they use, and we also got to tour the campus of the Polk college, and there were many things that seemed really interesting, like many robots and even a 3D printer, and I think that it went pretty well and I learned a lot.
So how was the field trip today?
It was fun. I really enjoyed looking at the 3D printer and all the things that we saw, like that it could make, and hearing about it. And so there were giant water tanks and stuff, which looks pretty cool. And then I enjoyed seeing all the CAD, the computer labs for working on CAD.
It was nice to see the students' reactions to the Clear Springs ATC field trip. So now let's go to administration interviews to see how they feel about the program so far.
For 8 years. I've been in the Talon program for the 3rd year since it started. The reason I like robotics is because of the challenge it presents. I love the math applications as well as the science. My hobby is I actually recreate medieval sword fighting, full armored sword fighting. Well, my favorite food is ice cream, but I gave it up, so my new favorite food is Subway Veggie Sub.
I have been doing the Talon robotic program for the past 3 years. I started my first year with the middle school students and then was asked to move up to the high school students. I've enjoyed both groups. I'm working this year with a high school group. I'm very interested in robotics because of its use in today's society. We're finding more and more ways to use it, and if we even include the drones that are beginning to fly in the skies and we look at all the medical possibilities, robotics is something that's going to be very positive for the future. My favorite hobby would be woodworking. I grew up with a father that was in the woodworking industry, and I did for many of the years of my life, so I always love to go back and tinker with wood. Favorite food. I'm kind of partial to fish, all types of fish, but I'd have to say that I'm kind of that standard. I like pizza, and so pizza's probably up there toward the top.
I've been teaching robotics for 5 years at this point. I have been involved in Talon Robotics since the beginning. This is my 3rd year with the program. Robotics is very interesting because it takes so many different elements of school. It takes both the math, the science, the engineering, its design as well as application. It infuses the entire person in what it allows kids to accomplish. My favorite hobby is split between running and reading. My favorite food would have to be anything sweet that has caramel on it.
And that concludes another episode of TRTV.
So we'll see you next time.